Said the safe room, man.
What we get today is another time for us to get a mental rep so that we have visual indications of what we should do and when. In this first one, these two bad guys who have their faces covered, they come in and tell the clerk that the ice machine isn't working, which then gets the clerk to come out from the secure area. He then
You stupid. They said the ice machine ain't working. All these fools come in with masks on. That was the dumbest beginning ever.
These two bad guys who have their faces covered, they come in and tell the clerk that the ice machine isn't working, which then gets the clerk to come out from the secure area. He then, they grab a hold of him and they beat him up pretty good, according to the little bit of information in the description from Houston PD that is in the description. Then watch our guy over on the right-hand side. He's going to come back here and start trying to grab things. Watch what happens when he does. He had stuffed his gun in his pocket, but it fell out of...
That nigga dropped his gun, bro. Dog went to grab cigarettes and dropped his fucking... Bro, you gotta be the dumbest... You gotta be the dumbest person in the world, nigga, to drop your gun, bro. You ain't just drop your gun trying to steal.
Pocket and the magazine fell out of it, and then he leaves it there. He's going to come back a minute later, kick it
Kicked
around
it.
a little bit like a
Kicked it
soccer ball,
again.
and then they are going to grab what they can. And faces
Nigga, your
covered. They come in
gun.
and tell the clerk that the ice machine
Bro.
isn't working, which then gets the clerk to come out from the secure area. He then, they grab a hold of him and they beat him up pretty good, according to the little bit of information in the description from Houston PD that is in the description. Then watch our guy over on the right-hand side. He's going to come back here and start...
He put that bitch in his pocket. You just seen that nigga stuff that bitch in his pocket.
That is in the description. Then watch our guy over on the right-hand side. He's going to...
He ain't even looking. Nigga ain't paying attention. That's that adrenaline. You feel me? Gun just fell. Glock. Oh my God, you ain't just lose no Glock, dog.
He had stuffed his gun in his pocket, but it fell out of his pocket and the magazine fell out of it. And then he leaves it there. He's going to come back a minute later, kick it around out of his
And
pocket.
then
And the
kicked
magazine
it.
fell out of it. And then he leaves it there. He's going to come back a minute later, kick it around a little bit like a soccer ball. And then they are going to grab what they can and leave. I'll bet you it's with less merchandise than the cost of that firearm to replace. Second one that we have here, you can see these guys pull up. Two dudes come out.
Damn, them bitches coming quick. Dog, how you drop your blick? Can't drop your blick. Oh, dude, I'm doing this whole... Let me turn this motherfucker on. Ha-ha, bitch. Forgot my light this time. How the fuck you drop your blick, dummy?
Both are going to go into this store and come up with guns. Now, they each take one of these employees here. That sure feels premeditated, like they knew who they were dealing with. And then they are going to push these guys back behind the secure glass. They were outside of where the secure glass was, of course. And then going to push them back inside that together and then rob the joint with by grabbing a hold of all of the cash behind the registers. So watch these two guys. They're going to be like, hey, man, no problems. They're going to be super compliant. Going to try to get on the ground. Now, the clerk that's closest to us isn't going to be allowed to get on the ground. He's going to say, no, get up and open the cash register for me, which he does.
Yeah,
No
your
problem.
ass
You're
up,
going to see him
Lucky
kind
Charm.
of go off screen. And then these guys totally turn their back to him, and they are going to take the money out of both registers. Now, there's some interesting opportunities in each one of these here, so we're going to talk about them in the lessons.
Dog, got that nigga stretched out. Both of them. Oh, three of them. There's three people behind the counter. Y'all ain't got no blicks. Why ain't not one of y'all got a gun, bro? Why ain't not one of y'all got a gun, bro?
Fact of the day, did you know, I just looked up the highest murder rates in America, and did you know that Houston doesn't even make the top 10? That's kind of interesting, don't you think? I mean, it's not even close. Want to guess what number one is?
Hold on. It used to be Detroit. And then Chicago was second. And then some was third. And then they said some took over. Chicago was first. I don't know what's first, what's second, what's third. Let's see what he say.
Jackson, Mississippi.
Mississippi.
So in this first one, I mean, of course, these guys are like, hey, man, we're coming back here as customers. But you notice their hoods are up and they have masks on. And for some reason, people are still getting away with this as like a pandemic thing, but we are years past the pandemic at this point. This is a huge red flag. I don't care where you are, even in places it's very cold. In Houston, Texas is not very cold, but even if it's very cold, don't fall for this, guys. You know, hey, hoods off inside, masks off, please, so that we can see your face. because otherwise, you know, these
Man,
guys, they get
nah,
away
man.
scot-free and they're never going to get seen. Now, I think the rest of this one really is about how stupid bad guys are, because of course he's going to just dump his gun out on the floor, not even notice it's gone. And that's pretty common, you know, I mean, that they don't know what they're doing
Grabbing squares. It like he looked down
on the
too.
floor, not even notice it's gone. And that's pretty common.
Grab squares, looked on, looked down, ain't even see the gun. Adrenaline rushing, came back, kicked the gun around, trying to get in the register. Ain't do nothing. You came back the second time, kicked the gun, beep, 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 fuck it. Nigga, what the fuck?
Inside
Bro.
of the secure area.
It's gotta take time to assess the situation and shit, man. You left. What he
That's
said,
really
that
where his
gun
safety-
probably cost more. You know what the fuck they got out of that bitch? Some woods, nigga. Bag of some squares. Stupid.
Trouble. Now these other guys, they're hanging out outside of it, and I get why they would, because hey, wait a minute, man, it's stuffy back there. It's, you know, it's a tiny space. Maybe we got to stock things. Okay, but when you open that place up, and when you're outside of it, they can just march you right back in there at gunpoint. And also,
Man, again, neither one of these pairs of sets of people had no type of straps on them. All these legal business owners, y'all supposed to have them legal straps on
I
y'all.
disarm here, and I say might because if you try a disarm here, it is going to be difficult at best. And
Man,
that
two
guy
niggas with
very
guns.
quickly.
What are you talking about? Two niggas with guns, three niggas with no guns. They not about to do nothing. They done hit the registers. They done laid everybody down. Everybody scared for their life. It's sad, bruh. It's sad, man. Y'all. Look at that. Look. He got two niggas laid down over here. It's one nigga laid down right here. He just in the register. He hit this other register. They gone. All three of y'all, not one person got a blip.
Right. Now, it worked out for him here, okay? So I don't want to give him too hard of a time, but it was a significant risk. So knowing when your counter ambush time is and having your gun on you and knowing how to use it is very important here as significant skills so that when the time comes, you're ready to cover your ass.
Keep a blick on you.